Okay, great.
Hi, Don.
Great. All right.
Hi, welcome,
Hey,
welcome,
Gabriel.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, nice to meet you, live and
Yeah,
direct.
likewise. I'm going to switch my camera on for a second. I'm just driving,
Yeah,
so my eyes is
yeah,
not going
yeah,
to be on you. My eyes is not going to be on you. It's going to be on the road. But
fantastic.
Oh, my Don, like my eyes is on the coding here, so it's like
now the difference is you can multitask, KP. You know I can't. I've got an issue.
no,
I'm,
no. You
I'm
you
laser
you you
focused on
drive
something.
safely.
Yeah.
Drive safely.
All right, I'm very pleased to meet you all. As I did the previous introduction, by God's special grace, I'm the African leader of Zilamining. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, I'm sorry the CEO would have been here, but he had a little mixed up with the mother in the hospital
Oh
for
no,
kidney
is he okay? Is
dialysis.
she okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he can catch up in the meeting with us, but if he hasn't, then we keep it going. So
Okay, sure, sure.
yeah, I'm very pleased to meet you once again. Mr. Free is here. He's one of the executive person in the Zilamining. So he's in the management team of Zilamining. Mr. Free from Jamaica.
Okay.
Mr.
That's
Free,
right.
please meet Mr. James, the CEO of Aureus Alliance.
Good to meet you, Mr. James. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good on you, Mr. Frey.
Yeah, nice
Good,
meeting you.
great.
So I want to appreciate you. I'm very, very happy for our partnership, and we are going to do everything human possible to make sure that the Zilla mining community embraces the new era of their physical assets like gold mining that you are bringing into the ecosystem. So I'm very, very happy, very, very proud to partner with you in order to pursue this very common goal. As we all know,
Awesome.
yeah, as we all know personally, Zilla mining is into real world assets. We see how we can do something different from the usual that they always do, how we can bring the digital into physical. And what your company is doing is awesome, awesome, awesome. It's something that has never really, really, really happening before in the blockchain space, but you are bringing
No.
that up to be able to anchor the reality. So I appreciate that, and I open the floor for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. Much appreciated. For those of you who know me, and for those that don't, uh, you guys know my name already, which is great. This exploring opportunities in Zimbabwe, but naturally, I've had a love for Africa many years before that. I've been doing. Uh, I used to own a company called Action Logistics, which ran from Zambia through Zimbabwe into Botswana and back to SA. So I've had quite a large client base out in those countries. So through my travels over the years, I started to fall in love with Africa, and then obviously I started spreading out into a couple of other countries, exploring opportunities. But in 2016, I made a firm decision to explore in Zambia and Zimbabwe, but I found Zimbabwe to be more favorable, you know, and that's really where it started. So I would say 2016 is where I would put my flag uh, for Aureus. So we've pursued a journey in the gold sector, not necessarily the mining sector, but in the gold sector, meaning we try to enable the local artisanal miners to with equipment and that sort of thing to mine, whereby we supply the equipment and the necessary tools for them to continue with their works, and we had our buyer's license that we were buy from them and then sell to the village. Uh, and what had happened was, you know, and that's when we started looking at a couple of opportunities. We got in touch with the guys that's brokering mine deals we started talking to government departments with regards to registering licenses and that sort of thing. So we've come across the first mine in 2017, and I started putting some finance into that project, and licenses were approved. We were about to break ground, and somebody within the Ministry of Mines obviously leaked this information to some connections of theirs. And I'm not going to mention who the corporate is, but it's a giant in the international giant that literally came in there overnight and got my licenses cancelled, and the next thing they were on site mining. And I think in the first week or the first week and a half, through credible sources, these guys picked up a nugget, a 25 kg nugget, in their first week of operations. So I was disappointed. I was very, very disheartened. Again, I lost a shitload of money. But we continued, and then we looked at the second opportunity, which is another mine. And obviously, from experience of what had happened with the first mine, we tried to play it a little bit safe and that sort of thing. But a very similar incident took place there as well, where we ended up losing that mine on technicality and a couple of things. And that's when I was ready to throw in the towel, and I said, you know what, I think they're just taking the foreigners for an idea, and I was angry, And, I still had faith in the land. I just didn't have faith in government. I didn't have faith in the system.
Okay.
And then I started connecting with the right guys thereafter, and my love for the industry flared up again. And I said, I'm giving it one last shot. And I made myself a promise, because I drained out my businesses in South Africa to finance this. So I said, okay, fine, I'm giving it one more shot. I went up against the founder of my company, which is my dad. And he was upset with me, and I went up against him, and I said, I'm giving it one more shot. And he said, no. But I went against him, being the CEO of the company. I made a decision, and I went and continued. And thankfully, this is where we are today with Kadoma, because I pushed on, and I never stopped. I never looked back. But through this process for Kadoma, again, I must admit, it's been many, many, many hurdles which we've overcome. But again, we partnered with the right people, or we got the right people on board with us, and then very quickly, it escalated just from the Ministry of Mines. It escalated to government departments, to a point where the president's advisor is on board with us, in terms of they love the project, but more especially they love what we're doing for the land, for the communities. Our CSI model, there is no CSI model in Zimbabwe, and with what we've presented, they fell in love with it, because now for the very first time, foreigners are coming into their land and giving back. They're just not coming in, raping the land and going away with the wealth. As you know, Africa, for me, I always maintain this. Africa is the richest continent on earth, yet the poorest. And how can this be? So, I'm trying to change the narrative. That's all I'm trying to do, and also make sure that the people above the land enjoys the benefits from what's underneath the land. So that's my objective. So, I've got a great vision for Aureus. I've got a great vision for the people of the land, and I've got a great vision for Africa, at large. And that's what I've been pushing on. And I think, we finally arrived. We're finally in a position where I can say Aureus is standing strong, So I'm glad, that people are starting to recognize what we've been doing over the years, and it's coming to light now, and we're getting connected with the right people. We're getting connected with the right ministers who feels that they need to keep an eye on us, in terms of because they love what we're doing, and they love the model, the CSI project. They said to me personally in a meeting that, if this checks out 100% according to how we have written the project to be, they want my assistance to now drive this out to every investor that comes into the country. So meaning anybody that comes into Zimbabwe to do business will have to sort of follow a similar model, because we're setting a benchmark, So I'm saying, the people need the people of the land needs to benefit of this. Of course, why not? You know. So now
Yes.
they wanna write that into law. You know, which I'm pleased with. You know.
Okay.
Another project that we've got is in Mutare. There's 47 sites there with prospecting licenses. In fact, there's a whole lot more. But what we've done was we sifted through and we took the best ones that we feel is workable. So we've got 47 of those mines in our books. What I've done was basically the law says that if you've got prospecting rights on your land, if you've got minerals, but you don't have the resources to work the land, you should give the investor 90% and you retain 10%. So I said to them, look, again, we're not here to rape your country. We're not here to rape you guys. We'll do a 70-30 split. And these guys are excited, so we've managed to get the 47 into our books. So once Kadoma is up and running, we'll have finances to now start activating. Because as you're aware, mining is no walk in the park. You need finance to activate. So we'll start activating one at a time because there's much more in-depth testing and investigations that needs to happen before any form of operations take place. So that's where we find ourselves in this lucrative market. And in the greater scheme of things, the mining sector would actually become the smallest part of the business. Right now, it's the biggest, but in time to come, it will be the smallest. And the reason I say this is because there's such a large expansion program that we've got for Aureus. We've got property development. Again, I'm a property developer and contractor by profession. So that's something that I will be incorporating into Aureus down the line. I've identified other areas in Zimbabwe, money spinners that will obviously generate large sums of profits for the shareholders. There's there's actually no recreational facilities in Zimbabwe. So what I see around me here in South Africa is things that I want to take there. We're in very advanced talks with the University of Mauritius Medical University to bring a medical university into Zimbabwe and make that the hub for Africa. Things like that there. So that's the things that I'm working on the back end. That's obviously going to benefit the shareholders in Aureus. So there's large expansion programs that we've got in place. So in summary, each shareholder is buying a share in Aureus. They're not buying a share in the mine itself. They're buying a share in the business itself. So every avenue that another thing that we've identified is there's no property and vehicle finance available to people in Zimbabwe, and that's something that we're looking at also providing there. We're looking at providing medical insurance, medical aids. So we're in talks with Discovery. We're in talks with FNB, the ex-CEO of FNB, the close personal buddy of mine. I actually bought his house many years ago. So we're looking at possibly getting our own banking license in some, but we're definitely going to be applying for one in South Africa. There's no two ways about it. Within the next 3 to 5 years, we'll start applying for that because we'll have the finance to do so. We'll have the business case model. We'll have the structure in place that will warrant us a banking license. If you look at Capitec that came about the recent years, they're taking market share like you wouldn't believe. So I believe we need our own bank as well. Again, our shareholders become a part of all of that there.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's essentially where we are, Gabriel, in terms of Aureus.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that brief. Listen, I'm very, 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 very happy for this humble opportunity, and I'm also happy to be part of Zilamining as a family, to be part of your family, to be able to embark on this vision, because we are looking forward for more greater things that is going to come. As you said, you have said it all, so it's self-explanatory. For those who want to build a long term, for those who want to build a sustainable wealth, I think we are the journey to that successful future ahead. Thank you very
Yeah,
much. I really, really appreciate that intro and that information that you have given out for the community. Not only for yourself, you are a selfless leader, you are giving it to the community, you are looking at the Africans, you are looking at the world at large. You are not talking about what you can do to empower yourself financially, but you are creating things for the next generation. And I really, really,
absolutely.
really appreciate that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been a pleasure meeting you. I got to get off the call.
All right. All
I
right.
know
Thank you.
JP will do justice to Aureus. He
Fantastic.
represents the
Yeah,
brand
sure,
very, very
sure.
well.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. All
Cheers,
right.
guys.
All
Okay.
right.
bro.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Mr. JP, you have the floor.
I'm on the spot.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, look, what Donovan said is 100% true. And you know what the sad thing about it is, you don't really realize it. And I'm talking about the general public until you've actually walked through Zimbabwe, through you. I haven't really traveled throughout Africa. I've gone to Mozambique. I've gone to Cape Town. I've gone to Johannesburg and to Durban where I'm staying, and then I've gone to Zim. I was in Zim for quite some time. Mozambique was like in and out every say 5 or 10 years, but what we experienced in Mozambique, we experienced in Zimbabwe as well, is the people are just they're different there. They're very down to earth. They're very godly. They uh they're calm, if I can put it like that. There's no rush. South Africa is a rush. When I came back from Zim and I landed, as we landed in Johannesburg, I was ripped off by one of the people inside of that was grabbing my bags and trying to get me to the next airport. I'm like, dude, like I want to go sit down and just have a coffee. I don't want to run to the airport now. And then he's like, oh, okay. And so we stop. And I want to push my bag, and he like pulls his hand out. I'm like, "Are you serious?" And I pull up my wallet, and I come from Zim. I don't have any cash on me, and I'm
Okay.
like, "I'm sorry, like I don't have any cash, And like I changed all my dollars and everything, so I didn't have any dollars when I came into South Africa. And then I don't know why I did it, but I got a little baggie in the front of my bag, and I opened the zip up, and because I know there's probably like a 5 rand, maybe a 10 rand notes or 20 rand notes in there. My gosh, I
Yeah.
pull out a $50 Singaporean dollar out of that thing. It's like because I was in Singapore the year before, and I kept it there because I'm a coin and a note collector, So I mean, it's one
Okay.
time that I was in Singapore, so I collected some notes and I kept it. And stupid, I
Yeah.
never took it out there, and I pulled this notes out, and he grabs it. He doesn't ask; he just like grabs it out of my hand and God, And I think to myself, where is Zimbabwe? Because when we entered into Zimbabwe the first time, I'll never forget it. We entered into Zimbabwe. We go to the airport, and yes, the guys they're busy putting money into the ATM at the airport, but they're literally just putting it on the floor there, and they're adding it to there. There's no security guards. Here in South Africa, you'll have 4 fidelity guards with all their LMs standing there like we're gonna shoot anybody who goes near that. You know, it's different. It's completely different. So I love them and I love the people. And when we walked there on the land and we experienced what the people are going through, and it made us realize, how much we actually have. And
Yeah.
still say to Donovan, I mean, when I was in look, there's a lot of poverty in South Africa. I'm not even going to go there, but that's also it's orchestrated poverty. Okay,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
orchestrated poverty. The government in Zimbabwe empowers the people to be able to look after themselves. In South
Okay.
Africa, it's not like that. Okay,
Yeah.
in Zim, I mean, everywhere in Zimbabwe, you've got guys with fruit carts, and they're cooking mealies on the side, corn on the side of the road. They're making satsa. They're looking after. They're taking care of their families. In South Africa,
Yeah.
you don't have that. So it's a different country. It's a different mentality, and I would say that what we're going to be doing in Africa for the people, that's one of the reasons why we are getting so much support, especially from the government in Zim. And
Okay.
what myself and Donovan, like you said, they want to follow our model now. They want to empower our model now. Like so we believe that when we go over to other countries, because we have proven that our model works, that you don't
Okay.
have to go and take every single piece of gold that is in the ground and stick it in your back pocket. We are dividing it. I mean, you can do the maths on this. We could have easily done a crowd fund, gotten the capital to start the mine operations and pay everybody their money back with a little bit of profit, and then end it there, and
Yes.
then Aureus would become $1 billion company, and it would just keep on becoming more billionaires and more well, the founders, I guess, the founders. But
I
no, we
understand.
we 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 said no, 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 no. We are going to take care of our shareholders. So our shareholders are going to grow with the company. And this comes from a methodology from a guy named Jack Ma. I don't know if you know who Jack Ma is, the owner of Alibaba in
Oh,
in,
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
China.
I know. Yeah, I know.
So he went and before he made his company public, and I think it took like 10 years to make his company public. By the
Yeah.
time that he made his company public, it was worth over $200 billion. But before that, he gave a share to his to the people that his like his staff, even his secretary, his personal assistant, she also got a share. They each got shares, and he said to them, stick by me in this company. The company is going to grow, and on one condition, you do not sell your share. Once the
Okay.
company goes public, then you can go and sell your share if you desire. And every
Okay.
year they waited and they waited. And when the company went public, it went public as a multi-billion-dollar company, which
Wow.
means that every single shareholder had hundreds of millions of dollars. They
Yes.
became instant millionaires because they waited. And, that's the type of shareholders that we are looking for. We're looking for shareholders that are going to stick with us. So we know that there's a lot of shareholders that are buying shares and they're waiting until it becomes $1,000 and to go sell it. And we don't care. That's their decision. That's going to
Yeah.
benefit the shareholders that actually realize, you know what, if I buy a share, I'm going to get a dividend for the rest of my life. I'm going to grow in this
Yes.
business. And that is what we want to achieve. I mean, we saw how the kids are walking, and they walk into school on a daily basis. And my wife actually showed me this a while ago. She's like, "Hey, look, somebody actually documented what you saw." I'm like, "What?" It's like, you can go look on YouTube. I'll get the link and I'll post it, where they documented how these kids, because they can't stop it. They can't really do anything about it. They don't have the
Okay.
capital to do it, but they document how these kids that are in these villages are walking to school through lion-infested areas. And it's not just in Zimbabwe. It's in Zimbabwe, it's in Nigeria, it's in
Yeah.
India,
He's in
it's
Ghana.
it's it's a global thing. It's a global
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's not just one area. But it's
Yeah.
dangerous. Yeah, even in South Africa, yeah, the kids also walk like 3, 4, 5 kilometers sometimes. We got taxis. We got a lot of taxis here. But there
Some
is
of
kids
them
that are
barefooted.
walking. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
walking
some
barefooted. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
sure.
So that really affected me when I saw that. I'm like, no, 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 this cannot be. And then I spoke to the guy that was basically taking us there, and he said, this is a daily thing. Every day, 7 to 15 kilometers, and the mom or dad will walk with us because with them because it's a requirement in Zimbabwe to have an education. It's you can in South Africa it's a requirement, but it doesn't really mean anything. Okay, they're not going to enforce it. They in Zim, they enforce it. You have to get an education, and the education is high. It's a British education. So
Yeah.
so they very mindset orientated. They have to go to school. So they go to school. So we wanna help them, by building our eco villages, and that will give them their school and clinic and food and water and electricity. I mean, electricity, it's the same thing. We go to this area, and I've been all over Zim. So Zim, most of the places have got electricity, but Kadoma, it's like Kodoma's just been left alone on one side.
Okay.
It's very
Okay.
weird how it happened. I don't know why, but in any case, so they know what electricity is because of generators on some of the cafes, but they don't have electricity. They don't have lights at their houses. They don't know what that
Wow.
is. So, when we come there with a pole, we stick it into the ground and it's got a light with a solar little panel there. That's like, wow, what is this thing for them? It's amazing to them. So
Yes.
you can imagine the type of response that we are getting, where we go to
Yes.
we go to the locals. We go to the locals and we say to the locals, well, yes, we want to go into agreement with you. We're going to give you a 30% offtake, and we're going to be building a village where your community, because we know that you're going to be staying, because that's one of their biggest fears is, a big mine company comes in, and then where does the people go? Because they get chased off the land, because
Yes.
unfortunately gold overpowers the people, so, and we said, no, 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 we're going to build eco world, and your people are going to come here. They're going to live inside of eco world. They'll have food, running water, electricity, everything that they know and
Wow.
that they don't even know. And as long as they look after it, they don't destroy it, they can live there. They need to look
Yes.
after it. So it's like, in a sense, they are employed as farmers, if I can put it like that. Okay, so they are working on the land, they are producing, they're getting their food, they're getting everything that they need. Okay, they don't need to pay rent because they're working for the for EcoWorld, so they're growing that economy, and that is going to be passed on, and we're going to expanding into over other sectors, and as we are expanding over Africa. Um,
Okay.
so it gives everybody that empowerment, where, I mean, one of the biggest killers in South Africa is rent, where you stay. I mean, I
Yeah.
was flabbergasted when I was in Zim, and I look at all of these houses and I look at the cars and I'm like, where do these people get the money from? Because you don't see that in South Africa. You don't.
Yeah.
Except if the government gives it. That's a different story. But
Yes.
there's no government grants. There's no SASSA. There's no pension type stuff from the government. Nothing. No, that doesn't exist. You
Yeah.
you you work. You build. You save up. You buy your car. You want a car? You buy your car. You want a house? You buy your house. You buy the land. And but in that same sense, the people's mentality is different because they have to work for it. They're not getting it for free. They respect it,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that's another reason why we are very, very happy and comfortable where we can bring our the plants and eco world and stuff in there, and we know that the people are going to look after it because we can't be there 24/7 either. We're going to be expanding.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's everything that we're going to be doing, that is a benefit for every single shareholder. That's
Sure.
going to be something different, and for myself and for Donovan and for you and for every single shareholder that we have, we're talking
Yeah.
about maybe 6 to 8 years. We're not going to have to worry about money again. You're not going to have to
Absolutely.
worry about whether or not you're going to be able to feed your children.
Yeah,
If you're going to be able to clothe your children, that's a big worry in the world. Is
exactly.
is is food, and it shouldn't be. Honestly, it shouldn't be. I mean,
Exactly.
we had a discussion last night, and there's a guy that came up and he's like, "Yeah, do you know about aquaponics and black flies larvas and this and this?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's all part of my ecosystem." But because those things they work together, they feed each other. It's an ecosystem, and as long
Yeah,
as you look after it, it becomes sustainable,
yeah,
and or self-sustainable. So as long as you look after it, it lasts forever.
yeah,
But greed. That's one of the biggest problems in the world is greed in
yes,
every single aspect. So I think that's another thing with Aureus is because we are dividing the profits between the shareholders, the greed part won't fall into it. That's a big thing. So the
yes,
company is going to grow, the company is going to thrive, and the shareholders are going to gain their profits. And we're keeping it as transparent as what no mine has ever done. Like we've got we've actually gotten one or two
like
calls from mining people, if I can put it like that, not companies, but people that said, "Yeah, what you're doing is not possible. You can't do it like that." It's like,
you
why?
get it, you get it. That is the thing. A lot of people will see that it is impossible. So you know what I normally my answer to those people that normally say something like that, especially you know the ecosystem of Zilla mining, there have been a lot of people that come into my DM and tell me that, look, what you are saying is not possible. But what I always answer them is that for the fact that you feel that it is not possible, it does not necessarily mean that it's not possible because it is possible.
No, the thing is, trading has proven that. You know,
Yeah,
if you once the people realized, that I can if I study trading, and then go and do it for myself and not for other people. Why do these companies, these trading companies, why do they want people's money? If they are so good, if they can do 20, 30, 40% per month, why do they want people's money?
yeah,
Yes, you're pulling it into a pool and everything, but if that trader is so good, then why? And that's the whole like thing that started irritating me, and it's irritated a lot of people. So they moved and they started empowering themselves by
yeah,
going and studying. If you go look on YouTube, YouTube is it's like a double-edged sword. It can be a absolute pain for a
yeah,
company, but it can be a beautiful thing for a person that wants to learn. Because where a company would usually give training courses on how to do something and how to train and how to do this and how to do that, or even charge a fee to do this, now it's freely available on Google, freely available on YouTube. And AI
yeah,
is just making it 10 times worse.
yeah. It's true.
I
It's
mean,
true.
on development costs alone, design costs and development costs, Sun has saved just over $100,000 so
Okay.
far, comparing to what we did in Sun in 2023 and 2022 before that, before AI came on board. So we
Okay.
don't just take an AI and put it on and tell it to do whatever it wants, like building agents, and they just carry on. No, 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 no. We working with them. That's a
I understand.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, the amount of work that we can do, the changes we can do. I mean, this morning, the site went. There was a major issue with Cloudflare worldwide. Okay, but then Cloudflare had to upgrade their system, and when they upgraded their system, it also affected Aureus. So when I was made aware of this, I looked at it, I'm like, oh, okay. And I took the error that was provided to me by Basal, and I put it into my agents, and I said to it, listen, this is what it is. I don't know how to fix this. and 5 minutes later it was fixed. So it's a big game changer.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna progress. The people that understand it, it's gonna go forward. The people that don't understand it, they're not. So in schooling and things, that needs to be taught as well and educated. Yeah. But yeah, we're going completely off topic here. Look, for everybody that is watching this, what Aureus basically is you are buying a share in the business, right? You're not buying a share in the actual gold mine or platinum mine or whatever we're going to be mining out. Because, for an example, on this 250 hectares, we have got 2.1 tons of gold. That's $280 million worth of gold. But we know there's copper, we know there's platinum as well on the alluvial layers. So that's also going to be mined out. That's also going to be sold, and that's also going to generate profits. All the profits that Aureus is going to be generating, that will be divided between a total of 1.4 million shares, and that is then given to the shareholders that are owning the shares, basically. So as we are building this company, as it's growing, and like with the partnership that we're busy building with Zilamining as well. This is the type of relationships that we want. It's not just, we don't just get involved with anybody. We do our due diligence as well. I'm sure Zilamining did their due diligence as well. And then once we see there's a synergy, how we can work together, and we take it from there. And what Zilamining, how they're going to be building their structure, it's going to empower Zilamining to be able to do whatever they want to do additional above what they're currently doing. And the same thing for Aureus. Every person that is buying a share through Zilamining, that's directly buying it through Aureus. It is empowering Aureus to be able to set up our plants and to be able to provide the dividends for the people. Just so everybody knows, little disclaimer, no money of shares will ever be divided into dividends. Okay, so the capital that we are getting from share sales, that is not used to pay out dividends. It is purely on what the resources is, on the profits of the company. And that also is transparently shared amongst inside of the back office and everything. And yeah, so we have got how many hours is left? 8 hours left on the $10.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, Gabriel, everything is set up inside of Zilamining. Can your members start purchasing, or where are we standing there?
Yes. They can start purchasing right now. Everything is okay. It's set and running.
All right. Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Well, that's good. Look, if I think that we'll probably do a follow-up Zoom meeting, where we can do a Q&A where they can come and find out more. But also, I will send you well, you on the links and everything. Send them a Zoom meeting link, for the recording, so that they can understand what this is as well in full detail. Because we can talk here for another 2-3 hours, but you know how busy I am at this moment.
Yeah, I understand. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. I think Mr. Wayne is here, Mr. Free is here, and JP, uptown to you. You have done a very awesome job. And I myself, Gabriel Emmanuel, African leader of Zilamining. Together, I'm sure that we are going to make Africa and the world at large a better place. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Right. Thank you. Excellent.
Thank you, gentlemen. And I'm looking forward to this journey. I am a proud shareholder of Aureus Wealth. I've jumped on board, and we're super excited for the journey together, and all the members that are going to be part of this opportunity. And we're going to walk together and go through the ups and downs. And it's going to be super interesting and exciting times, I believe. Thank you, guys. Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Most definitely.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. God bless. Have a great day.
Thank you, and you too.